Hello guys, this is Shar. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. This is a quick review of last night's episode of Belle Collective. Now, if you notice, there are certain scenes or certain things that I did not mention. It is because it's not a complete and total review of the entire episode, but more so things that just stood out to me or that I thought was a trip. Now look, all the ladies meet up somewhere. I wanted to say it was Latishia's house, but I don't think it was. They met up somewhere to get on this charter bus to go on off to New Orleans, right? So they are very, very excited about going off to New Orleans. This is a trip that Latishia is hosting for the show. Okay, so everybody is pulling up. Latrice, she got 11 bags and just for 3 days. She pulls her husband out to come with her. He, in his confessional, mentions that he just went because his wife told him she didn't want to be alone. He didn't come because he really wanted to come and hang out and bond or whatever. He just came because his wife said she didn't want to be by herself. Okay, so yeah, everyone seems excited. Marie and what's the other lady's name that just had the baby? I can't think of her name, but anyway, drop down in comments if you remember her name or whatever if you want to. But yeah, her. They're coming the next day because Latishia, she figured she wanted all the couples, all the married couples to be on the bus together and kind of just bond and chit chat, I guess, and talk about couple stuff. And really, they kind of didn't really go over any couples stuff or whatever. They kind of just talking about the tea that's going on amongst them as a group, primarily. So I'm not sure why Marie and the other lady couldn't be a part of that. But anywho, so yeah, they get on the bus, they ride down there. Latishia had the great idea to stop at a plantation because, you know, it's New Orleans and they have so many historical little things out there to look at, churches and plantations and land and all this stuff where, you know, slavery was really truly going down. So they stop at this plantation. It's a white woman that's conducting the tour of this plantation and the church and all that. So hey, I guess they couldn't find no black people to do it. It just seemed weird that the white woman is doing it, and it's not, but it does seem a little weird. But anyway, moving forward, they all seem to appreciate it, you know, the history and the stories that's told. As what's her name? Latrice mentioned that she almost felt the spirits, you know, of a lot of people that had been there in real time back in the day and really experiencing those horrifying conditions and situations. She said she really felt the spirit of those people. So that's interesting. I think I would like to visit something like that or whatever. I think I would. I think I really, really would. It's educational and I do like stuff like that from time to time or whatever. But as So Gucci mentioned, you know, I don't think they was on that kind of time. You know what I mean? They wasn't on that. They didn't really want that kind of mode, but it was still good that they stopped because, you know, So Gucci mentioned that it made them realize how kind of stupid they felt, kind of beefing the way that they are about things when people went through so much years and years and years ago. But outside of that, you know, they move on to the hotel where they're staying, or the house. I think it's a house, and it really looks like this house that the ladies from Housewives of Atlanta stayed in when they went to New Orleans. I believe they went to New Orleans. I don't know what season it was, but was it? Oh, you know what? No. It wasn't Housewives of Atlanta. It was not Belle Collective. It was what show was this? Oh, it was Married to Medicine. That's what it was. It was Married to Medicine. I believe Married to Medicine stayed at this Airbnb house that's in New Orleans. Drop down in the comments if you remember that. And I don't know what season number it was, but to let you know what season it was the season that Buffy was on there, because somebody was beefed out real bad and start arguing right there, dead smack on the porch, right there in front of the front door. And that's what made me kind of remember it, because when they all shelled out of the bus and came up on the porch, we seen the front of the porch with the front door. And it made me kind of like, dang, where did I see this porch at? And I think it was when Married to Medicine went to New Orleans. It was the season when Buffy was on there. And somebody started beefing out real bad, arguing on the front porch. And Buffy was like, let's get in this house before these Southern people call the police on us. Yeah, drop down in the comments if you guys remember that. But anyway, so they all go in the house. They all kind of run for these rooms. Y'all know these rooms, these bedrooms on these reality shows with these women. It's a real thing. They mean business, okay? They standing on business with the rooms they pick. So we immediately see Arkisha and Soguchi go running for a room. They go running in search of a room. They ended up finding a room right next to each other, so that those two couples will be right next to each other at a room. And then fast forward, okay? Fast forward, y'all. Just fast forward to the brunch. Okay? I'm going to go right to this brunch. All right. So Latishia, I noticed they really pronunciate her name now, especially Marie. Latishia. You know what? I think you need to consult some people about these brunches, because your brunches, I hate to say it, but your brunches almost ain't shit. For real. And I hate to say that, because I haven't been in attendance to one. It's probably better than what it appears to be on TV, because they don't really get into the brunch. So we don't really hear too many people talking or whatever. And maybe if I heard that, I'll feel better about them. It looked like the Fletchers were there from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Nell and Chris Fletcher, they were there. I believe they spoke. But you know what, Latishia and these brunches. First of all, Latishia, why are you bringing a bunch of women together that got beef? I understand it's the Bells, it's the collective, but when people got beef, you got to respect it. No one is going to mend fences and all this and that on your time, Latishia. It's on their time. It's not on your time. And the fact that you are continuously trying to push Soguchi, or as she's calling herself now, Sophia, it's the soft version of her. Now it's Sophia, so she's transitioning from Soguchi to Sophia. The fact that you're trying to push Sophia and Selena to talk is baffling to me. They talk when they get ready. You know what I mean? Like, not on your time. And then the woman has a no contact order. I don't know exactly what that entails, because I haven't read it. But if nothing else, simply, it just means that they can't be around each other. They can't be around each other, and they can't talk with each other. Or otherwise, it's a violation. What is the consequence of the violation? I don't know, because I have not read it in detail. But it's like, why do you keep trying to get them together when Sophia is not ready to talk to the woman? And then you constantly get mad and get to jumping up and running after people and trying to bring people back into the room and back into the situation. It's like, girl, what you need to focus on is this. You see this? I was thinking the way her hair was made or designed, I thought this was like a band around the front part of her head, or a ribbon or something. This is a mother freaking part, y'all. This is a part. Can somebody please tell me why is her part this wide? Why do you have a part going from like almost like from one ear to the other? Girl, would you stop trying to do your own wigs? Latishia, go get somebody to do this wig, okay? This is starting to be ridiculous. You do not know how to do them. Not presentable. This is not presentable. I don't know what this is. This is a big, wide ass part that look like it's about an inch wide, give or take, across the front of her head. Oh my God. That's what you need to be focusing on. Finding you a stylist that you can afford that can do your wigs properly. Because you cannot. Not worrying about if and when Sophia and that other child, Selena, is going to talk. And because I guess she wants to be the reason why they make up so she can put that on her belt, under her belt, that she got them back talking or got them back together. Girl, stop worrying about it. You need to worry about your hair. Worry about them wigs. That's what you need to worry about. And your husband quitting his job to become an entrepreneur. And somebody please put down in the comments, what the hell is a boxcar? What is a boxcar? So is it just another name for a trucking business? Because that's what she needs to be focused on right there. Finding a hairstylist for your wigs and your husband in this new venture. And I wish them nothing but the best. It takes a lot to, venture off and go out on your own, quit your job. Hopefully he thought about it more than what it seems like it. I mean, obviously he thought about it, but, hopefully he got his ducks in order more so than the show is letting on to or whatever. Because the way the show is doing it, editing it, is like he just jumped up and quit and didn't really have a certain amount saved and this, that, and the other. And, she got this big doctor's appointment coming up for the, not the autopsy, but the, what do you call it? When they take a piece of the skin or whatever to test it for cancer or whatever. She got that test coming up. So, yeah, hopefully that works out. Everything works out with Latishia on that. But Latishia, you need to fall back for real. We're trying to get these two to talk. Anyway, ultimately, Sophia and Selena talks. So Selena, she's starting to look like a deer in headlights, and she's just starting to look like a big prompt. She got a little height on her. She's starting to come around. It's just starting to look like she's just a damn prop. Like you almost don't even, she fits, but it's almost like, and I know she knows a lot of these girls. She grew up with them in real life, but it's almost like they just throwing her in. You know what I mean? It's almost like she doesn't fit. But anyway, so yeah, I went to the brunch. That was kind of out of order. But I also wanted to talk about Marie and Latishia again with the brunch. Marie came to the brunch, because she wanted to, but she also wanted to be a part of the brunch and have her business displayed just like any other person there, any other friend of hers, any other entrepreneur. Now, somehow, out of everything, because Latishia has this manager now or whatever, she seems like a complete and total idiot as well. Okay. She has this manager now where I guess she put together the brunch because I guess Latishia just wanted to kind of just show up. She just wanted to be there. She wanted to talk whenever she wanted to talk. She didn't really want to be bothered with actually facilitating the brunch and putting it together like she normally does. Now I guess she's paying this manager to do it or whatever. And somehow this idiot leaves out Marie's things, her promotional items for her business. She had a big poster board picture with her picture and her business name, and none of that was present. Can you please tell me how did that happen, Latishia? I'll wait. Yeah, I didn't think so. Nobody knows. Now, was it done deliberately by Latishia's manager? I don't know, because we don't know the history with that. If there is any, or animosity, we don't know. But I know that it's bold because the thing is, Marie considers Latishia a really, 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 really close friend. She confides in her. Latishia, that was the first person that Marie told people was shooting up her house. She came right over to Latishia's house. So Marie really considers Latishia a close friend. So the fact that, she's insensitive to Marie to a degree in my opinion, is kind of bold. You know what I mean? And that, none of her stuff was out there. And she was like, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. It had nothing to do with me. This had nothing to do with me. And Marie came. She showed up. She looked cute. She had a really cute dress on, pink with the little pearls. I thought that was amazing. She's trying to be the bigger person. She's around Latrice. Turns out that this lawsuit that was going on between the two of them is finally over or whatever at that point during this time of the scene. And, the charges were dropped against Marie from Latrice, basically with a defamation type thing. They were dropped. And that might have been why Marie was pretty much okay with being around her or whatever. But, it's still sour right there. So she could have still been like, I don't want to be around that heifer. You know what I mean? But she still came and showed up. And then to get there and not see her stuff, it's disheartening. As a friend, you kind of look at your friend like, really? I'm being more of a friend to you or loyal to you than you are me. And then the fact that you are not mad, no one's saying whoop your manager's ass for making a mistake or a boo-boo, but you could have been a little bit more agitated at the manager. Like, I left this in your hands to make sure everything got done right and done properly. And you left off one of my friend's businesses. And now she's pissed off at me. Because at the end of the day, this is my branch, it's my brand. You know what I mean? And it's, it all falls on me at the end of the day when things don't go right. And to be quite honest, frankly, in my opinion, the brunch is exactly what Keisha Cologne was saying in season 3 when she first came. The brunch ain't shit. Because you constantly have women there that are not getting along at the moment. And I understand it's the show. These are the true Belles of the show. So it's like she feels obligated to invite every single Belle. But it's like, girl, if they not getting along, they going to come to your event and argue. And that's really what I remember when it comes to her brunches. Just them sitting around arguing or whatever. I mean, if I was her, I would go to the producers, because we know how Carlos King's producers are. They full of mess. They love the drama by any means necessary. They want that drama, and I get it. It's good for TV. That continues to have the ratings up, and they continue to have the show. But at some point, y'all need to throw in more substance. You know what I mean? So, whatever got Selena on the show, and I know it was a lot of back and forth. Somebody was pushing for her to get on the show, and it was probably Selena herself advocating for herself to get on this show. That's what you guys probably should do when you really, really want something to happen. Like, you need to go to Carlos or the producers and be like, you know what? I know you can't focus too much on it, but can you please show my business this, that, and the other? Or show this part of it, or show me at the office doing this and that or whatever. And y'all can do whatever else y'all want, but show me at least one scene with this or that. You know what I mean? You got to advocate for yourself, I guess. You know what I mean? And it's still not a guarantee that it'll work out that way. But, the fact that, she was just acting like she was just like, oh no, I had nothing to do with this. You know what? Let's just go back to the house. It's like, girl, what? Latishia is a hot mess. And I would not blame Marie for just being mad at her and just kind of doing away with her for a little while or whatever. But, it seems that Marie is being the bigger person, I guess, and being a really good sport and still trying to maintain in this group during this trip or whatever. Latishia needs to really, really do better. She really, really does. And then the fact that she really downplayed it, like in one of her confessionals, and was like, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, what, girl? And I noticed that, she's had items out there to sell, which is some flatware. I guess she's doing plates and things like that because she's becoming known for these idiot branches or whatever. I'm sorry, whatever. The branch ain't all of that. It seems a little ghetto, but her stuff was there for sure. I mean, obviously her manager made sure her stuff was out there, and She really didn't cross the T's and dot the I's to make sure everybody else's stuff was out there or whatever. So that is bold, in my opinion. Anyway, so after the brunch, well, no, I also want to speak on, out of the clear blue, she gives an award. Again, we don't see that much in detail about the brunches, so I don't know if this is something new or if Latishia had been incorporating an award segment of the brunch, but she breaks out and gives Latrice's husband, I forgot his name. All I know is Glenn and Willie. But she gives Latrice's husband, Mr. Rogers, that's his last name. Their last name is Rogers, an award for being an entrepreneur, businessman, and being a pillar in the community in terms of having a business and keeping a business, thriving in his business in that community, in that state or town where they live, and really being an inspiration to other potential business owners. And to my knowledge, he does have a legitimate, long-lasting business. I think it's a tree cutting business, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been doing that for a while, and I think he's pretty successful in it, hence the house that they live in or whatever. So, and it was a shock. You could tell that it was a really, really shock to him. Like, he was really, really surprised. And it almost seemed like for a second he was getting a little bit emotional a little bit before he jumped up to accept his award. And he was basically saying, if you want to do a business and start a business, start it. It's okay to fail. It's okay that it didn't do well, the first time out. Continue to try until you get it right. You know what I mean? And if nothing else, that's true. Like, if you have a business that you really want to get into and start, the first step is to start it. And it's okay if you fail. It's a bummer. It feels bad, but just keep going. And that was basically ultimately his message. And he was, that was a cute moment. I can't stand Glenn because he has a toxic marriage with Latrice, but that was a real moment for him because he was really, really surprised about that. So that was cute. But moving on, the ladies went back to the house. They ended up going to poolside. And yet again, Latishia pulling, Selena and Sophia together, unbeknownst to them. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to make it happen on your time, which is bold. You know what I mean? But so Gucci actually does admit that she wants to talk to Selena. Selena's open to it. They ask the ladies to leave the poolside, so it's just them. They talk. And yeah, we don't know how deep they got into it, if at all, because it cuts for next week's episode. By the looks of it, I don't know. It maybe started off a little crummy because Selena did have an expression on her face like, ugh. You know what I mean? And they did show so Gucci saying, well, you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready to talk or whatever. In other words, she was almost saying it like, you're not ready to receive what I'm saying or whatever. So, I don't know. It looked like they went and had a negative back and forth. But we will see more next week. So, yeah, I feel like that was the basis of the episode. I feel like the episode was pretty good. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it 7.5. About a 7.5, I think. Yeah, it was a pretty decent episode. Latishia is off the chain. And that wig is off the chain too. You guys drop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. I do talk back. Please like the video, subscribe, and until next time, bye.